Hi, I'm Lisa Lockwood. Welcome to West Coast Weekly, where we are on location with America's dentist, Dr. Bill Dorfman. We're actually in his office, and we're going to be sharing all kinds of wonderful things, aside from the fact he is New York Times bestselling author of The $1 Billion Smile.
She was a Desert Storm soldier, beauty pageant contestant, undercover narcotics detective, and SWAT officer. She's a motivational speaker and author, and to no one's surprise, the reinvention expert. She's Lisa Lockwood, and this is West Coast Weekly.
Dr. Dorfman, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for welcoming us into your office. Obviously, I've been a fan of yours since Extreme Makeover because the transformations on this show literally have made me cry to see people build their self-esteem because of your specialty, what you did for them. And that's part of, I think, the impetus of this book, saying this is the window, this is what people see first.
You know, it's so true. Bill Phillips up there did Body for Life. And
Yes.
At the time we did this book, there were all these books on, diet and exercise
Right.
and changing your body. But at the end of the day, when these patients were nipped and tucked and everything else in the world, and you said to them, what made the biggest difference? They all said their smile.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
one lady said her breasts, but everybody else said their smile. And, we thought there should be a book. And we wrote this in about 3 months,
Okay.
and it became a New York Times bestseller. And the cool thing is all the proceeds from the book went to children's charities.
Oh my gosh. And that's another thing that I want to get into, your philanthropic way about yourself. I mean, not only are you a successful dentist, you've got amazing children that you're raising, you're taking care of your health at an extreme level, but your give back model is just so amazing. And some of the things that I found out about you, helping women in battered women's shelters. I was a victim of domestic violence, so when I saw that, that was powerful for me to actually have a man stand up and say, I want to do something about that. Can you tell me a little bit about that work?
I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I grew up with a lot of love. I had the best family. I had the best parents. I had everything, but we were poor, and I really got to where I got to because of scholarships and people giving money to UCLA, and I would not be sitting here doing what I'm doing if people didn't help me in that capacity.
Right.
And I always felt once we started making money, I wanted to do the same and give back. So, if you leave this earth without making it a better place, what's the sense?
What is the sense?
And so, I feel that he who gives receives the greatest gift. It makes me so happy helping these people. And when I was contacted by the Battered Women's Shelter in LA,
Right.
I didn't even hesitate. I said, of course, these are women who have gone through a rigorous
Yes.
training program to retrain their brain, their mind, their career, everything. And at the end of the day, you can't get a job when you're missing your teeth,
Right.
right? So everything is all for naught if they can't smile. And so we started doing work with them. There's a few different foundations we've worked with, but it's some of the most rewarding work that we do.
Well, I personally am grateful. I'm a former police officer, so when I turned my life around from victim of domestic violence and then going on the other side and self-esteem was built, working with women after that.
Survivor.
Yeah, thank you for the reframe on that. So you know that. You came from a place where you didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth, and you made decisions based on your life experiences of what you wanted. Can I just ask you, what geared you into dentistry?
It was a funny thing. I fell. I was a little kid. I was playing in the living room. I hit the coffee table.
Yeah.
I knocked out my baby teeth.
Yes.
But I didn't just knock them out. I actually intruded them up into the gums.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to have multiple surgeries. And most kids would be freaked out.
Absolutely.
I actually was just fascinated by the whole procedure and what they could do to kind of put me back together. And I always thought, I want to do this. And so when all the little kids on my block wanted to be like firemen and policemen,
Yes.
I wanted to be like the dentist for the
I
firemen.
love that. When people find their passion at a young age, they generally do well. They stick with it.
It makes it so easy because I never had to say, well, should I take, I just took everything you need to take to be a dentist.
and
Boom.
and achieve that. So I talked about the transformations, obviously, that you did, not only in the battered women's shelter, but also on the television show Extreme Makeover. You're still doing it. You're on the doctors regularly,
Right.
helping people make over their lives. And I've watched many of the videos where I've seen just these powerful, brilliant women who are stuck in a shell just because of the mouth, their presentation to the world. And you are responsible for that over and over and over again.
Men and women.
Yes.
I mean, there are no gender barriers.
No,
I mean, there are a lot of men that, there was a fellow that we just did on the doctors who lost 400 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
By himself. He just changed his diet, changed his physical exercise routine, and at the end of the day, after losing all this weight, guess what he needed?
You needed
Teeth.
new teeth.
Yeah, so we did it.
And of course, they're going to go to the best in the world. I know I'm saying America's dentist, but surely I think you've earned the title across the world, no question about it. And you continue to do that.
Thanks.
One thing I wanted to ask you regarding balance in your life, and I made reference to you raising 3 children, 3 incredible girls, still having the ability to travel with them, do your philanthropic work, run your business, appear on television on a regular basis. We all have 24 hours in a day. How the heck do you do that?
You know what? It's really about building a team.
Okay.
I don't work alone. You know, I have Sinette, who runs my dental office. I have Nicole, who runs my life. I have my ex-wife, Evelyn, who coordinates all of our family stuff. In fact, we live in the same complex.
I love
I'm
that.
on 30, she's on 17, and we're
Yes.
still very close. You know, I mean, it's just really kind of orchestrating and putting all the people on the bus and then putting them all in the right seats on the bus. But it works.
Yeah, so you do
just
have
takes
people.
organizing.
You have people that organize it, but you're still cheerful and you're healthy. These are things that a lot of times when you think about, imagine planes in your life flying. I've got my career. I've got my children. I've got my give back model. I've got
You know, it's about making choices. You know, I'm doing all of these fitness, you know, interviews and magazines now
Yes.
because I'm approaching my big 60
60.
this year, and
Which
you
you
know,
don't
people are
want to
like,
look
you know, how do you
anything like
stay
60.
in such great shape?
Yes.
And it's really a commitment to daily exercise. You know, and
When did you start that commitment?
So I really started at a young age. I was a swimmer and then a gymnast.
Okay. Wow.
But I really realized the need for it in dental school.
In
dental
order to
school,
function?
because what happened was I'm sitting here, you know, hunched over,
Yes.
and I'm in pain, and I'm 21 years old, and I'm
Right.
thinking, how am I going to do this my whole life, right?
Right.
And so I started working, doing yoga and massage and stretching and light weights and everything, and I realized I feel good. And I can literally do whatever I want to do. And then I started feeling a little bit like Superman. And so I thought, you know what? I need to start doing crazy stuff. So I actually did this cover.
Incredible.
You know, for this journal on health. And, you know, it said, you know, fitness over 50. Well,
Hello.
this is only a few years ago. We're going to have to make the 5 or 6.
Exactly.
You know, fitness over 60. But I exercise every day. Listen, it's 3 things.
Yes.
Diet, exercise, genetics.
Ah, okay.
2 of those you control. 1, you're lucky or you're not.
True.
You know, I happen to be lucky genetically, but I eat well,
Yes.
I exercise every day, and, you know, I want to keep going till at least 120.
We need you to keep going because what you do for people is so amazing, and I want you to continue to be that inspiration and role model, doctor.
You know what? I have a great time doing it, and I get to do a lot of really fun stuff too. I mean, you know, this year I was knighted. Like, who'd have thunk? I'm a dentist. Like, I am now Sir William.
I
you know?
love it.
And I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And at a young age, not even 60 yet, you've had 16 Life Achievement Awards.
I know.
Like, who does that?
The first one I got at 42 from the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. The youngest recipient prior to me was like, I don't know, 107.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding.
Stop it.
But they were like in their 80s. And I'm like, I'm 42. I want you guys
Right.
to know I'm not done.
I love it.
Like, this is a work in progress, but I'm really not done.
Thank you, but I'm not finished. When you work with people, you have a great bedside manner, so to speak, where people feel comfortable. I have a sister who despises dentists, went for years taking pictures like this, closing her mouth, etc., in order to achieve the restoration that she needed to find somebody that she trusted. And people have that. How do you get into such quick rapport with your clients to make them feel comfortable?
So this is like the big one.
Yes.
People will come in and they're ashamed.
Right.
And they say, Doc, I don't know how it got this bad.
Right.
And I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed. You've never seen anything this bad. I'm like, wait.
Okay.
I did Extreme Makeover.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember?
Let me tell you, you are not the worst thing I've seen.
I love that.
Like, they literally had ABC scoured the country to find the worst of the worst. So trust me, there's nothing you have going on that I haven't seen. And that usually kind of puts them at ease. And, you know, it's not about shaming people. It's about, you know what? You're here. This is the first step in the positive direction.
I love that.
Let's fix it.
I love that.
And it immediately disarms them. The other one is fear. And if you're so fearful that you can't sit in the chair, that's also easy. I'll just put you to sleep.
I love it.
Right?
You heard it here, folks.
There's really no excuse.
Yeah, I love that. What I would like to do, if we can, have you do a quick look and do an assessment of my tooth, because I have a little issue.
I already did it.
I know we did.
You want to know? I've already diagnosed everything.
We're gonna be, of course you did. We're gonna be right back with more Dr. Bill Dorfman, America's Dentist, and I'll be in the dental chair. Be right back.
Yeah, I don't know if Invisalign will actually get these into place because we have to rotate them a little bit, but I would definitely take out the extra tooth and line everything up, and it'll probably take about 1.5 years. One trick they could do is when they take this out, they can bond this one to fill in the gap, and as they move it into place, they just kind of keep shaving off a little bit more of the tooth until it's all lined up. But that's what I would do. Yeah, that would be the way to go.
Okay.
Or you could do what are called lingual braces, which are braces that go behind your teeth, and you won't see those. Those enable you to torque just a little bit more than you can do with the Invisalign.
I think I like that option.
All right, you can do it. Where do you live?
Thank you. I live here.
Oh.
Yes.
Go see Dr. Grauer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you his card. He does the lingual braces.
Thank you so much, doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're done.
Be right back. Hi, I'm Lisa Lockwood. Welcome back to West Coast Weekly, and here we are continuing with America's dentist and best-selling author, Dr. Bill Dorfman. We are in his LEAP Foundation, and you're going to be learning a lot about how he has been giving back to children for a decade. Welcome back, Doctor. We're excited to learn about LEAP. Can you tell me what the acronym stands for?
Leadership, Excellence, Accelerating Potential.
Yes.
Basically, I would love the word LEAP.
Yes.
And then we figured out all these other things to fit into it.
They do.
And I'll tell you something, LEAP has actually been going on for decades.
Oh, okay.
It was originally founded by a man named Walter Haley and Steve Anderson. Unfortunately, we lost Walter. He was 85 about 12 years ago.
Okay.
And I had been called in to be a speaker or a mentor at LEAP. And the reason they asked me is because I've had kind of an atypical career as a dentist.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm pretty much the only dentist in the world who's been on 2 primetime TV shows, started up a company, Discus Dental, from zero, and grew it to $1.3 billion in sales.
Incredible.
Has 16 Lifetime Achievement Awards, on and on and on and on. So anyhow, they asked me if I would come in and talk to the kids about my career path. And I did this, and I really loved the interaction with these kids and just watching them grow and excel and become successful. And when Walter passed away, the program died.
No.
So I resurrected it, and we made it a nonprofit. We're going into our 11th year.
Fantastic.
And we've literally probably mentored over 10,000 kids throughout the years. But it is phenomenal. You know, these kids come in, and at the end of the week, and during the week, we have them write these things called I appreciate notes.
Yes.
Because kids today are not appreciative enough.
True.
They just don't learn
True.
it. We teach it. So every time something happens during the program that they appreciate, they write a little note. They'll say, "Dear Lisa, I appreciate you for blah, 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 blah."
I love that.
Right?
Coming from a place of gratitude, because it's not a taught skill.
Exactly. And at the end of the week, out of like, let's say 420 kids, I probably got over 400 notices that said, "Dr. Bill, thank you. LEAP changed my life."
Of course.
And I know it did, because we give them the skills to be successful. LEAP is not a program for kids that are like flunking out and on drug. LEAP is a program for great kids to help them be greater, to help them be better.
The skills that you're teaching are not taught in school.
They're not taught
This is
in
the
school.
gap that you're filling in, because I understand you're teaching them business etiquette.
Interviewing skills,
Right.
public speaking. I even do something on health, the 100-year lifestyle. We do gratitude. I mean, these aren't things that are taught in school, but they're things that successful people in the world really know,
Right.
and embody. And so we bring in, this year I have Mark Wahlberg coming. Elon Musk said he would come.
Oh my gosh.
Paula Abdul comes every year.
I've
Our
seen
mayor,
that.
Eric Garcetti's coming. I mean, we get great people and great business people. And I try to make it very diverse. And so the core program
Right.
are the things that we know we need to give the kids year after year. But like, if you came last year and you don't want to hear me do the 100-year lifestyle again, we'll also have breakout sessions. So you'll get to
Nice.
sit with some entrepreneur or educator or politician or athlete or something and learn a whole nother thing.
I love that. What is the application process like? Because I would imagine a lot of parents would love to have their children participate in this.
So this is the time to apply,
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we'll sell out. Basically, you go online, www.leapfoundation.com. You register right there. It's pretty easy.
What I find interesting is the age range, 15 to 25, because I would imagine even the 25-year-olds end up being mentors to the new ones coming in at 15.
Well, here's the thing. We actually run 2 programs concurrently.
Okay.
In fact, I would say we run 4 programs concurrently. Typically, we'll have all the students in the room at the same time. There are times when we break up the high school from the college. There's also times when we break up the men from the women.
Oh, I like that.
So, we bring in some really, really powerful speakers. I do a whole thing, how to be a gentleman. Because a lot of the young men that come to the program don't have a male role model in their life. They don't know job etiquette, dating etiquette, eating etiquette. I mean, imagine a kid goes to an interview and he doesn't even know which fork to pick up.
Exactly. And I know you've been on Steve Harvey, aside from Oprah and Good Morning America, The Tonight Show, and E, and the list goes on and on. But Steve Harvey also prescribes to etiquette with gentlemen and teaching them that.
Well, he sponsors 10 kids every year to our program. We love Steve Harvey.
That's so fantastic. Yeah. So people have an opportunity to do this, to actually sponsor and
Yeah.
scholarship to children.
I mean, anybody watching this who wants to help, a kid, 60% of the kids that come in our program are kids that are able to come on scholarship because people sponsor them. So we're always looking for corporations and individuals to sponsor kids.
Do you find that, say somebody starts at 15, do you find that they want to continue just because of the environment that you create?
So here's the cool thing. Let's say you come at 15.
Yes.
And then you have a great experience. And then you come next year at 16. Well, you have 2 choices. You can either come as a student again, or you can apply to be a junior coach.
I like that.
A junior coach helps the coaches. Now, you can't coach until you're 18.
Okay.
And you can't coach unless you've gone through the program. But every year, at the end of the year, after students have gone through the program, we get a lot of students wanting to apply and be a coach.
Yes.
But my favorite part,
Yes.
my favorite part is after they've coached a few times, we put them on stage.
Yes, you
So-
reward them with that.
No, it's not a reward.
It's not.
It's not a reward.
They
have to earn it.
So they earn
And
the reward.
So here's the
Okay.
deal. In the beginning, I probably delivered 80% of the content. Today, I probably deliver about 50%.
Okay.
And all the students who have gone through the program, Marty Reed, Christian Johnson, I mean, all these people have become great public speakers.
I love that.
And we put them on stage and we let them deliver the content.
I've heard, and I'm sure you have too, that people would be more fearful giving the eulogy. They'd prefer to be in the casket than doing that.
Yeah.
So speaking and being in front of a group is so important
You
for
know what?
youth.
I don't think that's this generation.
Oh,
that
good.
was our generation. These kids get up on stage. They all become, they're on YouTube. They're doing
Right.
selfies. I don't think this generation has a real issue with like being on stage. I
Yeah.
think they actually love it.
Thank you so much for sharing Leap with us. Thank you for joining us on the show and sharing all of your incredible successes and your philanthropy work and sharing a bit about your children.
Well, thanks
I
for
wish
the
you
opportunity.
great continued health, and I am voting for you, even though it's not a vote, to be in Health Magazine because you deserve it.
Well,
You are
I'm working
incredible.
hard. Listen, if anybody out there wants to learn more about LEAP, please go to www.leapfoundation.com. And our website has a lot of the content. It tells you all about the program. It's July 22nd to the 28th, so signups are now. And if you have questions, you can always call our office, and I actually will answer a phone
Well, there you
if
go.
you call. So please let us know.
You
And
are
thank
incredible.
You so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time on West Coast Weekly. Lisa Lockwood saying goodbye.